Caitlin Clark is playing a game. And there's this issue with her and Angel Reese. There's this, Caitlin Clark pushes one of the teammates of Caitlin Clark. I'm sorry, Angel Reese pushes one of the teammates of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark fouls Angel Reese. Angel Reese does one of these LeBron flops and falls on the ground. I mean, she learned it from LeBron. Fall to the ground. And the next thing you know, DeMarcus like, oh my God, she's protected. Oh, it's all because she's white.
Patrick Bet-David just went off on Angel Reese with a harsh takedown that felt like a show of its own. He didn't just reply, he dropped a huge truth bomb. Let's be real. No amount of hype, branding, or TikTok edits is going to turn Angel Reese into Caitlin Clark. Not in stats, not in influence, and definitely not in fan support. Think WNBA drama was already wild. This takes it to another level. It's like reality TV mixed with SportsCenter and a soap opera on Fast Forward. Things are getting crazy, and we need to talk about it before Angel pulls another stunt that breaks the internet again.
What I love watching? I love watching her highlights of missing shots. She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life.
Angel Reese, part 37. Let's get it.
She had the worst first quarter in human history. Started off with 3 in the key. How about it?
Ruh-roh, Shaggy. Don't forget the butter with the corn of the cob.
Did you say butter? Cause butter pecan. Bang! He's shooting 31% this year as a big man. When all your shots are layups. That's sad. Here we go. Bang! Me bound. One more time. Bang!
Patrick finally said what a lot of basketball fans have been thinking, but were too afraid to say. He slammed the brakes on the non-stop Angel Reese hype before it completely flew off the rails. And his timing? Perfect. What started as a fun sports rivalry has now turned into a full-blown media circus, complete with Twitter fights, heated debates about race, political takes, and ESPN hosts getting emotional on camera. We're living in a basketball world where storylines matter more than stats, and the drama never stops. If you're Team Caitlin, drop a baby goat over baby giraffe in the comments. Let's go.
Angel Reese, go ahead and play it. She needs a lot of attention. Go ahead.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot.
Yeah. Wow, what a move. Okay, so average WNBA viewership, okay, 7,300 in attendance, okay? The average Angel Reese game is 10,100, 10,200. They come to watch her. You know what the average attendance is when Caitlin Clark plays home or the road?
What?
15,300.
For anyone who missed it, Caitlin Clark, America's jump shooting star, record breaker, and the reason millions are watching the WNBA again was just playing a tough, high-stakes game. Then came Angel Reese, who seemed to think she was in a WWE match instead of a basketball one. If Caitlin is the league's fresh breeze, Angel's the wild gust that flips the table and blames the wind. The stage was set, the lights were bright, and the big moment came with a shove, a flop, and enough drama to earn an Emmy.
Jackie Robinson of the WNBA will be Caitlin Clark if she stays healthy. There's a group of them that would hope for her to be out. But
why do you say she's going to be the Jackie Robinson of the WNBA?
Well,
it's not like she's the first white girl.
She's not the first white girl, but she's the first white superstar at the levels where she's scoring these, you know, the threes she's shooting. She's like a Steph Curry. She's the first actual superstar that people care. When's the last time we watched like college basketball? If I told you, tell me the greatest college basketball female basketball players last 30 years, and you watch, I know her. She's our meet. But you look at some of these names, you see some of these people on how they do. Yeah. But Caitlin Clark came out the gates and you know, put up some.
Here's what really went down. Clark committed a regular foul, nothing crazy. But Angel took it to the next level. She shoved Clark's teammate, then threw herself to the ground like she'd been hit with a hammer. It was so over the top, even a soccer ref might have called it out. Honestly, reality TV has less drama. But somehow, that one play lit up the entire WNBA conversation like pouring gas on a fire.
Caitlin's hard foul, which turned into a flagrant on Angel Reese, which sparked all the things that we dealt with last season. And, you know, the league currently is investigating any racism that happened from the fans or anything that was said. It's almost as if we didn't learn from last year that Twitter conversation turns into mainstream media conversation because the mainstream media still isn't like quite hip to women's sports. They're not quite understanding this world, this game.
In an instant, it stopped being about basketball. Suddenly, everyone had an opinion about race, gender, media bias, and respectability politics. One foul turned into a full-blown political statement. Nobody remembered the score, but the hashtags were flying. It wasn't about the game anymore, it was all about the headlines.
Okay, listen, y'all, this is what we've been waiting for. This is the letter for the investigation. Listen, in response to the WNBA's recently concluded investigation, they go on to say, we appreciate the swift and thorough process undertaken by the WNBA to investigate these allegations, which were not substantiated. At Gamebridge Fieldhouse, we are committed to providing the best possible basketball experience for players and fans.
Then came Robert Griffin III, better known as RG3, former NFL quarterback, ESPN analyst, and part-time Instagram philosopher. He made the huge mistake of, brace yourself, saying something nice about Caitlin Clark. Yep, he gave her a compliment. That's all it took to set people off.
After watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate.
The horror. Within minutes, the social justice alarms went off, and the internet warriors geared up for battle. Then came Ryan Clark, also from ESPN, who took things from sports debate to let me see your marriage license. Seriously, he implied RG3's take on Angel Reese didn't count because he's married to a white woman. Just like that, basketball turned into a sociology exam. Apparently, RG3 can't praise Caitlin Clark unless his personal life fits a certain checklist.
We know about RG3 is he's not having conversations at his home about what black women have to endure in this country, about what young black women and athletes like Angel Reese have had to deal with being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise and ascension into stardom.
Meanwhile, while all this drama took over social media, Angel Reese was having a game so rough it needed a warning label. She shot just 22.7% from the field. That's not just bad. Is the rim even real? Bad. She missed more shots than a spam filter misses junk mail. The only consistent part of her game that night was laying bricks.
Oh my goodness. Angel Reese is getting absolutely obliterated today for all kinds of reasons. Obviously, we're going to look at the backlash because now people are just flat calling it like they sees it. They're saying Angel Reese lied about a race hoax, just like Bubba Wallace, just like Jussie Smollett. And now, after the WNBA concluded their investigation and released a statement, people are demanding Angel Reese apologize to everybody.
And somehow, the story flipped like Clark is the problem. Clark, who's breaking records, bringing in millions of fans, and keeping the WNBA alive. Meanwhile, Reese throws up bricks and puts on a show, and she's called a queen. Clark drains logo threes, and she's labeled as privileged. It's like we're watching two different worlds, one based on performance, the other on popularity. Now, even stats like points, assists, and shooting percentages don't seem to matter. Just say the right post-game quote about sisterhood, and you're good.
Because you're doing exactly what LeBron is doing, so...
Bitch. Cardoso with the miss. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark keeps showing up, working hard, taking hits, and yet she's somehow blamed for the league not thriving like it's the year 2095. It's like she invented all the problems just by existing and doing great. Then Brittany Griner steps in, like a plot twist. In a moment of serious irony, she complains that having all these new fans watch is disruptive. Yes, a pro athlete was upset about people watching her sport. Someone get her a sympathy latte. The horror of success. She just wanted a quiet game with friends and family. But now the arenas are packed, and it's all Caitlin Clark's fault for bringing that annoying thing called attention.
Brittany, every time we play her, there's this commotion, like this loud rumbling from the stands. Turns out it's people, thousands of them, just sitting there, watching on purpose. It's very disruptive. It's called a freaking game that they pay you money to play. Don't play the game. It's very disruptive.
Here's the truth. Clark didn't sign up to be the WNBA's drama magnet. She just wants to play basketball. But every time she's on the court, she pulls a whole media circus with her like a broken plane being dragged by a jet engine. Angel Reese, instead of improving, seems more focused on causing trouble and diving. Meanwhile, ESPN is busy arguing over who gets to talk about her based on who they're dating. What Patrick Bet-David did was clear things up. He didn't sugarcoat or use fancy words. He said what needed to be said. Caitlin Clark is why people are watching. End of story. Angel Reese's antics aren't helping, she's holding things back. You can't sell progress with pettiness. And you definitely can't build a league by taking cheap shots at the one player who's actually making it better.